G'day folks, here's a video on 10 albums where I reckon the title track is the best song. G'day folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a response video. This is a response to Thomas from Mercyful Metal, who did a video going through his 10 albums where he thinks the title track is the best song on the album. So I thought, yeah, what the hell. Although honestly it was a little harder than I expected when I sort of got down to it. There's a few immediate ones where I thought, oh yeah, definitely, yeah. I was thinking Immolation, Unholy Cult, but then I remembered Rival the Eminent, and it's definitely my favourite song off that. Same with Testament, New Order, I thought that was a given, but then Disciples of the Watch, plus a couple of other songs are probably better. So, there was like Second Atheist album and First Obituary album as well. I was thinking they were the best songs, but then gave them a listen and went, maybe not. So, yeah, there's still plenty of good albums where title tracks are the main ones. I tried not to pick too obvious ones, like Ride the Lightning. I'm pretty sure that song is probably my favourite off that. Pleasure to Kill is definitely my favourite song off that. I was thinking Scum as well, but anyway. So, this is my top 10. I'm wearing this spiffy shirt mainly because it's MDF weekend this weekend, Maryland Death Fest, where I've been many a year, but not since 2019, and I'm sad that I'm not there seeing Dismember tomorrow or whenever they're on, and plus lots of other bands. Oh, bloody hell. They always get a pretty killer lineup there, so I hope all my friends are enjoying themselves, and Eva and Stu are having a nice honeymoon, so yeah. Have fun, folks. But anyway, let's get into it. Alright, to start off, we're going right back all the way to the start of my heavy metal journey with Twisted Sister and Under the Blade. Stay Hungry is definitely their best album, and yeah, that goes without saying. But the song Stay Hungry is probably not my favourite off that album. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the first two albums as well. After Stay Hungry, I don't know, I find it weird that Twisted Sister did 2 albums after Stay Hungry. Massive album. Admittedly, Lovers for Suckers was pretty average, but I don't know, I just find it weird they didn't do 10 albums after that. But anyway, back to this. This is Under the Blade. This is their first album, or first, proper full-length sort of thing from 1982, I believe. And, yeah, this is my very old, quite well-battered Aussie press version of this. This is the kind of reissue from 1985 where, according to this, it's a remixed edition and also has I'll Never Grow Up Now on it, so I have no idea what the original mix sounds like. I think you can get it, but I don't know. I'm used to this one. Sounds bloody good to me. So the song in question, obviously Under the Blade. Alright, it's a cool song. It's got those nice sort of quiet bits of just D and, just guitar, like little chuggy sort of sound in the background. And then when it kicks in, it's just like, oh yeah. That chorus is bloody killer. It's got a great sort of climactic solo. And yeah, towards the end, when he screams, blah, just massive scream. It's bloody awesome. Plus, the lyrics are pretty freaking dark. It's about being, stabbed or chopped up or something or other. There's no, light at the end of the tunnel in there. So, yeah, but I'm very happy to still have this one. As I said, it's a little battered, but, this is an album that I had when there was... I didn't have a huge amount of other albums other than other Twisted Sister ones, and then along came good old Iron Maiden and Metallica, and yeah, see you later, Twisted Sister. But I still bloody love this, and I'm pretty sure they played that song when I saw them live in New Jersey a couple of years, or 10 years ago, bloody hell, which was a friggin' killer gig. That was amazing fun. There's plenty of other good songs on here. Tear It Loose is pretty killer. Destroyer, I don't know, I'm not sure if they played that live, but yeah, it's not as good as I don't remember. I remember it being better than I think. But Bad Boys of Rock and Roll, you don't know, sure can hurt you. So yeah, this is killer stuff. And I did think of the other album, You Can't Stop Rock and Roll as well. That's a bloody killer song. But yeah, this one plus cover art's way better. So yeah, good old Twisted Sister. Up next is a bit heavier than Twisted Sister. This is Grave with You'll Never See from their second album. song starts with a nice sort of slow, chunky kind of riff, and then suddenly those vocals kick in and just go, "You'll never see heaven." And fuck, Jorgen Stenström's voice on this is peak death metal, really. Like, Chris Reifert beats him, I think, and a few others sort of rival, but this is one of the heaviest vocal performances ever. Holy shit. I mean, it's got, then nice sort of double bass, bit slow and powerful, and then the faster riff on this is just super tough, just mid-paced crusher. And then, then you get to the chorus of the whole "Take My Hand" sort of bit. It's just so heavy, so powerful. There's like a Candlemassey's kind of sounding lead bit, kind of an explosive kind of solo. Honestly, I've always liked the sound of this better than Into the Grave. And overall, maybe the song titles, Into the Grave could also have been in this, but then I remembered it's got Extremely Rotten Flesh, which is probably my more preferred song off that album. So, yeah, this one got the Guernsey, and yeah, this is freaking killer. This is just a 2011 reissue. For some reason, I'd never owned an original version of this for some reason, not even on CD. I must have had like a decent burn of it or a tape of it. Oh, I definitely had a tape of it, but I don't know why I'd never got an OG of this, but happy with this one. Sounds bloody killer. Up next, we've got Sarcófago with INRI. Yeah. So I love that album cover. I much prefer this one than the other sort of redder one, but yeah, this is... I'll tell the truth, this is not a band I got into back in the day. I don't know why, because it's bloody killer. I really wish I heard this back in the day, but yeah, they were sold to me mostly by covers of their various songs. I think there's an Angel Corpse cover, and the reason why I like the song INRI, or INRI, however you're supposed to pronounce it, is because of this Satyricon Intermezzo 2 EP, where they cover INRI, and like, yeah, frost drumming it's even faster than what's his name, DD Crazy, and yeah, it's a very intense version. So yeah, that pretty much sold me on this. I love this album. I'm glad I finally got this. This is like a Grey Haze reissue from, it does say Coglamillo on it at least, but yeah, 2017, so nothing fancy, but yeah, I do love this album, and Nightmare is definitely another favourite off this that nearly put this out of the running. And also, yeah, I think Death Thrash is a great one as well. The whole thing's bloody killer. But yeah, the song itself, INRI, is just sheer brutality and speed just wins for me. It's plus it's got cool, pitch shifted evil sort of sounding vocals, and that final line of "fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, Jesus Christ" is just so metal. "Ready to Fucky," as it's called on the back. That's got some classy lyrics as well, of course, but yeah, INRI for the win. Next up are the Austrian death metal legends, Pungent Stench with "For God Your Soul, For Me Your Flesh." Yeah, this is a killer bloody song. It's like 7 minutes long or something ridiculous, but that's well worth it. Another slow, sort of heavy start, and then just the grooviest riff bloody kicks in with nice sort of groaning kind of vocals. Always loved Alex Wank's drum sound on this. It's just stellar. Then, fast riff kicks in, and there's like a little bass solo, and yeah. But the chorus is just so killer, especially live. Like, they toured last year, I think it was. The Shrink does Pungent Stench, and it was... This song was killer live. And I've always loved this. This is originally I had this version, which is the reissue one. This is the Nuclear Blast one from '93 or something or other. So half of it's like re-recorded, and I'm used to that version anyway. I would like an OG version of this, but to tell the truth, this is like a Back in Black reissue, but it's kind of good because it does actually have the full remixed, remastered, and partly re-recorded '93 version as well as the original. So, yeah, and the OG versions of this are not bloody cheap. So I'm not spending that much money for it. To tell the truth, it's a killer bloody album, and don't get me wrong, but it was actually a hard choice out of this one. It nearly was out of the running because I really love Just Let Me Rot, Bone Sore, and the song Blood Pus and Gastric Juice. Most songs on here are friggin' killer, really. But yeah, this It's such a fun song, and screaming along to it live was just bliss. That was one of the best gigs of the last couple of years, without doubt. Alright, time for a bit of black metal. We got Immortal with Pure Holocaust. This is their second album. Just catchy as buggery. This is just pure catchy evil tremolo mania. It's so killer. This song, the start riff over with the blast beats underneath, it's just so tough. Just simple, and their stuff is just, as I said, just catchy as hell. And it goes into the nice sort of, mid-paced verse sort of bit with lots of double bass, but just every single riff on this rules. Whole album was just ridiculously good. I mean, it was a tough call between this Unsilent Storms in the North Abyss, Sun No Longer Rises, As the Eternity Opens, and every bloody song on this is killer. This is one of the albums that really sold me on black metal. I remember hearing A Blaze in the Northern Sky for the first time, just going, whoa, what the hell? But then I borrowed this and Ergo Karma, the second Impaled Nazarene album, from local place where I could rent a disc, and had those on a tape and just played it a lot. And this really won it. I mean, so did Ergo Karma. It's one of my favourites as well. I'm a fan of the later stuff. Battles in the North's pretty bloody killer as well, but after that, it doesn't quite do it for me. I heard this well before I heard Diabolical Full Moon Mysticism, so it's kind of hard to go backwards, if you know what I mean. It really doesn't do a giant amount for me. This is just a bodgy reissue from Osmos, but I do have the original CD at least, so I bought it on CD a while after I got the tape, but it's still an old one at least. This album friggin' rules. If you haven't heard this, bloody get on it. I watched a few videos much like this responding to Thomas's original one, and I was kind of surprised I didn't see this in there at all. This is Exodus, Bonded by Blood. Probably the most metal lyric song ever. Just pure thrash riffage. I mean, I really don't need to say a huge amount about this. Killer chorus, nice solos. What more do you need, really? And I mean, if lines like bang your head against the stage don't get you going, you need to metal harder, I reckon. One of the highlights, of course, is Paul Bayless' just intensely insane performance on this. So over the top. Again, there is some competition on this one as well. Lesson in Violence, Piranha, Strike of the Beast. The whole bloody album it's legendary for a reason, let's put it that way. I think this is a first press. This is like 1985, like torrid one. Maybe not first press, but very bloody old. Thanks again to my old flatmate Jesse for giving me this one. Nice little thrash collage and lyrics and then all sorts of action. But I don't really need to say a huge amount more. It's freaking Exodus, Bonded by Blood. Up next is Neurosis with Enemy of the Sun. I couldn't really pick Through Silver and Blood because it's got Locust Star, and Times of Grace has got The Doorway, so this one was a winner. This is a very tough call because Lost, first song, is just insanely good as well. Probably actually a better song than this, because honestly, the title track on this, the first half, it's alright. But the second half, bloody once it kicks in, oh man, holy dooly, bit with the keys, oh Jesus, so nice. So the second half was really where it goes, just some killer heavy riffs, and then the last 3 minutes when the tribal drums kick in, wipes the floor. Just so ridiculously good. I don't think I ever saw them do this live. I don't know if I think they had other drum sort of songs where like 2 or 3 of them played drums on stage as well as the drummer. I reckon would have gone pretty well back then, I think. So it's just sheer power at the end. Plus, having the bassist sort of, deep growls over the top of it as well. It's just, insane. As I said, Lost, probably a better overall song. This ain't lacking good songs either, that's for sure. But I'll go with that one. This is just a relapse sort of reissue version of it. Nice. Gatefold. I don't really want to fork out for the expensive one. I got it on CD as well with the slightly better cover. I don't like these relapse redone versions of the covers quite as much. The original one looks cool to me, but this isn't not even Alternative Tentacles, it's just a Neurosis Recordings one, but yeah, killer bloody band, this one. Heavy as all buggery, and yeah, this just made me watch that video of Locust Star at like an Ozfest that, yeah, I'll put a link below because it's just the most ridiculous live performance ever. They're just so intense. It's one of my favourite videos on YouTube. I've watched it a lot of times. It's bloody killer. And now we come to Bolt Thrower. Now, I'm not really a fan of the first album, so I rarely listen to that. Realm of Chaos can't be beat because it's got World Eater and Through the Eye of Terror, so it does have a title track, but it ain't as good as those songs. Warmaster was pretty bloody tempting, but it's got Unleashed and Cenotaph, probably pip it. Fourth Crusade's got Where Next to Conquer, which is my favourite. Mercenary was pretty bloody tempting as that album, or that song bloody rules. On a Valor Pride doesn't have a title track, and Those Once Loyals got At First Light, which rules. So in the end, I picked for Victory, which is, yeah, killer bloody album. There's some tough competition on this, like Remembrance, Lest We Forget, Armageddon Bound. I mean, the whole album friggin' rules, to tell the truth. But yeah, the song for Victory, yeah, that's friggin' power. It's got these nice sort of slow, heavy verses that go so well into that sort of double bass, and just that bit where he growls on a Valor Pride is just tough as hell. But yeah, then the mega riff kicks in, and it's just, yeah, mandatory headbanging. No way I can stop on that. Plus, I mean, it's got the Ode to Remembrance right at the end, which is just really sort of poignant. For me, it's always a toss-up between this and Realm of Chaos for my favourite Bolt Thrower, with Warmaster just nipping at the back of it. But, I mean, this album's just got such energy to it as well, especially after this kind of trudging Fourth Crusade, which is not my favourite by any means. This is not a OG version at all, although I seem to recall the finals somewhat rogger. Avert your eyes, mate. Bolt Thrower probably shouldn't be on coloured vinyl, although I have a feeling I have a batch of reissue ones on coloured vinyl. I do have the old school CD that I got back in the day when it came out, which comes with a live bonus CD of War, which was a bit lackluster, I seem to recall. I have a feeling I got that on record as well now, with a weird sort of cover. But yeah, the title track on this is so bloody good. As I've rambled about before, seeing these guys in 2013 or whenever they toured America for MDF, seeing them in Portland, which is in my top 5 gigs for sure, like just that song was so bloody good live. Really broke my neck headbanging. I could not resist. Yeah, I love this bloody album. Alright, up next, Mighty Godflesh and Streetcleaner. I was thinking about Pure as well, because I really love that song, but it's got some pretty hefty rivals on that album. And I mean, this one has some competition as well, like Rats, Christbait Rising, and I really love the song Life is Easy for some reason. It's just a killer song. But yeah, Streetcleaner, the song, it's the first Godflesh song I heard, so it's probably why it wins out here. I heard it on the Grind Crusher compilation, and yeah, it was an eye-opener, that's for bloody sure. I hadn't heard anything like this at that point. That whole Grind Crusher compilation was quite the introduction to a lot of the era killer bands. But yeah, Godflesh really stood out as, didn't sound like anything I'd ever heard. It starts with a charming sample of Henry Lee Lucas, I believe. I don't know if it's from a movie or the actual interviews with him. Yeah, charming chap, yes. But yeah, the song has got such a driving sort of beat to it, and Justin's sort of kind of meandering kind of guitar over the top of it. But yeah, the throbbing bass is just crushes all. It's just so powerful. Highly processed sort of, his deep kind of vocals on this, the growled sort of style, but because of all the weird processing, it just makes it sound even more alien and just bizarre. This is a reissue, it's like 2016 remaster version of it. I really need to get an OG version. I've got a pretty old CD out in the shed somewhere because I've got the remastered 2 CD version up on the shelf. But yeah, I do need to get the original version record of this, but no. I'm happy with this one, but amazing album. And last but not least is another one that I probably don't really need to talk too much about. AC/DC, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Yeah, this is killer bloody song. Bon Scott's just in fine form. It's just such a perfectly larrikin Aussie bogany kind of song. It's just beautiful. Killer chorus with the kind of, gang or backing vocals. There's some tough competition on this. I always love the Bond's sort of posh imitation on Big Balls, and it's got Problem Child. What else was it? Oh yeah, Ride On is bloody killer as well. But this is the Aussie version that doesn't have Rocker on it, which is a shame, because it's a great song. But this does have Jailbreak on it, so hey, that nearly put this out of competition, to tell the truth. But that song friggin' rules as well. But yeah, this is the old Albert one. This is seen better days, you could say. Let's just. It doesn't look good. This one, I can't even remember where I got this from. Probably from like it's in Finnies or God knows where. Somewhere very cheap, I think. So, but it plays alright. It's a bit crackly, as you would be, being, nearly 50 years old. Bloody hell. But yeah, the title track's just, an absolute friggin' classic. It's just perfect AC/DC sort of style. The cover art. You can't go wrong with that at all. I probably could have picked Highway to Hell as well, because that song probably wins on that album. But yeah, this one, love it. So good. So that's 10 albums where I reckon the title track's the best song. Thanks again to Thomas from Mercyful Metal, who came up with the idea. His excellent little channel. He's a Dutch guy that likes his old heavy metal and plenty of other styles. But he's likes his OG vinyl and posts painful videos where he's just getting all this cool old stuff that there's no way in hell I'd ever have a chance of getting anything around here. So yeah, I highly recommend checking out his channel. I'll put a link below to it. Yeah, it's going to be really good stuff. So thanks again for watching. Not sure what the next video will be. Probably another Discogs. I've still got my 7 inches to do on that one. So that, or maybe collection update. It's nearly the end of May. So but yeah, thanks again for watching. I'll see you again soon. Cheers.